Hi, I'm Tina Rivera, the proud principal of the Academy of Information Technology and Engineering. Welcome to our first ever virtual open house. If you are watching this video, hopefully the information I present will help you learn more about our school. And if you are the parent of a current 8th grader, I hope this information will help you to decide whether AITE is the right school for your child. The mission of the Academy of Information Technology and Engineering is to maintain a safe and supportive environment which nurtures the mind, body, and heart of every student. Our dedicated educators are committed to providing a rigorous, STEAM-focused college preparatory curriculum designed to prepare and inspire students to reach their highest potential and to contribute positively to our global community. You have many options to choose from when selecting the right high school for your child. Would you like your child to attend a large or a small school? Would you like your child to attend a public or a private school? Would you like your child to stay in town or to go elsewhere? Does the school support your child's college and/or career interests? And does the school have special interests that your child might enjoy? What do you already know about AITE? If you haven't viewed the video on our website about AITE, I encourage you all to do so. It will give you an overview of what AITE is about, and I'm also very proud of the video because it was shot entirely and edited by one of our alumnus who actually honed his videography skills while he was a junior and a senior at AITE, and now has a very successful career as a videographer. What is AITE? AITE is an award-winning inter-district magnet high school located in Stamford, Connecticut. It is a school of choice serving students from Norwalk, Darien, New Canaan, Greenwich, Bridgeport, Westport, Ridgefield, Weston, Wilton, and other towns throughout Fairfield County. It is a college preparatory public high school. And I say this because oftentimes some prospective families who aren't familiar with AITE do confuse the magnets with the state technical high schools. So we do have a state technical high school in Stamford, Connecticut, J.M. Wright Technical High School, but we are not a technical high school. We are a college preparatory magnet public high school. And our magnet theme has to do with STEAM. We also are a one-to-one computing high school. Because we are a public school, transportation is free. Students, however, who are interested in attending AITE must complete an application and are selected through a lottery process. We are located on the Riverwalk campus, which is on High Ridge Road in Stamford, Connecticut. Why would you consider attending AITE? Well, we have a considerably smaller campus than the larger comprehensive high schools in surrounding districts. We also have a very diverse faculty, staff, and student population. We are focused on student-centered learning with a STEAM focus and an emphasis on 21st century skills of creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication. We have a very safe and secure environment. There are work-based experiences and internships for qualified students, and there are opportunities to earn college credit before graduation. The academic requirements in most high schools in the state of Connecticut are as follows: 4 credits of English, 3 credits of math, 3 credits of science, 3 credits of social studies, and 1 year of a world language. Compare this to the academic requirements at AITE, which in addition to the 4 credits of English, students are required to take 4 credits in math, 4 credits in science, 4 credits in social studies, and 4 credits in a world language. And all of these decisions were made over 2 decades ago and are aligned with our mission statement. For example, if we are preparing students to be contributors to their local and their global communities, then it would be helpful if they had some fluency in another language. So we ask that students choose from one of several languages: Latin, Russian, Mandarin Chinese, French, and Spanish. Students at AITE also have a minimum requirement of 50 community service hours before they graduate. And students can get those hours through our Interact Club, which is on campus and sponsors an annual blood drive, a holiday toy drive, and community food drives, as well as other events. Or they can do it through their own communities. We find that most students will exceed the 50 hours by many hours. We also have an additional graduation requirement for seniors called our Senior Capstone Project. And essentially, that's a year-long independent project that's designed to imitate real-world processes and to give students the opportunity to demonstrate research, writing, and presentation skills, which they have hopefully honed during high school and will continue to use in college. Students are able to select their own topic proposals, and once they are approved, they will complete a research paper and make a presentation integrating technology into it in order to meet this graduation requirement. And all of our alumni who have come back to visit have told us and have told the current senior class that this project was really helpful when they were assigned their first lengthy research paper in college, which usually is within the first month of school. Students did not balk at this requirement because the Senior Capstone Project had prepared them for this work. As I mentioned earlier, we are a one-to-one computing school. And so when students attend AITE, they will be able to use a laptop during the school year. We also have many online databases for student research, including the Gale database and other university databases. And the one-to-one laptop initiative does help to eliminate textbooks in several courses. It also allows, for example, social studies teachers to use primary resources, health teachers to have the most current and up-to-date health information, which doesn't always happen with textbooks, especially since they're very expensive and are not replaced frequently. One of the other things that makes AITE special, we have our Project Lead the Way program in both the biomedical area and also pre-engineering areas. And these are wonderful, a sequence of courses in each of these areas that students will take. In the biomedical program, students will take these four elective science courses concurrently with 4 additional science courses for a total of 8 science credits. And I will tell you that the majority of students in that program actually take several additional science electives because they are considering pursuing studies in college and possible careers in the health area. Similarly, students who are taking our Project Lead the Way pre-engineering courses are also exploring a possible continuing schooling for engineering. And we know that high school really should be a time of career exploration for our students. They can try to figure out what they do like and what they don't like, which it also has an impact in college, because many times students who haven't figured that out, oftentimes they may decide to switch a major midway through their college career, and we know that this will result in additional classes, which means it also results in additional cost to you. So I think these classes really give students a flavor of what are the possible careers in these areas. And as a result, many of the students have a clearer direction when they leave high school than students in other schools. We also have several advanced placement and early college experience UConn courses. And what those are many of the actual courses that students who are freshmen at UConn's either Stanford branch or their Stores campus can take. But if they take them at AITE as juniors and seniors, they actually can earn college credit if they successfully complete them. And they will actually register for a very nominal fee with UConn and receive a transcript from UConn upon completion of those courses. So students can earn college credit through AP, ECE classes, the Project Lead the Way courses can earn college credit at certain universities. We have courses for juniors and seniors here that can earn them credit from Sacred Heart University or University of Bridgeport. And juniors and seniors in good academic standing can, because of our partnership with Norwalk Community College, also take classes on the campus of NCC for free. We have, in addition to our award-winning debate team, students can take debate as elective credit. And I really encourage students to do that to help them hone their communication and critical thinking skills. We also have many STEM electives such as robotics and computer programming. Our art program, many of our classes are digital arts courses like animation. We also offer students as upperclassmen to take online courses through the Virtual High School Collaborative, which offers over 200 courses in numerous content areas. And one of the drawbacks of being a small school is we can't offer everything. So this is a great way for students to take something that we don't offer. And they would take it during the school day. There are even advanced placement courses offered through Virtual High School. So students who are really not certain about college or the workplace by the time that they leave, that's okay too. But having completed and graduated from AITE, we can say that they will be college ready. And in addition to preparing students for college, we're also providing students with workplace skills if they're taking any of the courses in information technology, architecture, engineering and design, biomedical science, business and business technology, and digital arts. And what are some of those courses? Depending on enrollment, we offer courses in Cisco networking, game design and game development, digital art, studio productions, computer programming. As I mentioned, we have the pre-engineering and biomedical science programs, robotics, CAD. We've had courses on creating smart apps, multimedia production, animation, studio art. And we have digital music courses. We have band, chorus, piano, and guitar, as well as accounting and entrepreneurship electives. I also mentioned earlier that students have the opportunity to participate in on-site and off-site internships before they graduate if they're in good academic standing. This picture is actually taken in our school. We have a branch of First County Bank on the third floor of our school, and it's staffed by our students, our juniors and seniors, who actually have to apply for that internship and receive training because they are actually conducting transactions. The branch is not a walk-in branch for anyone. It is for the school community, but students are encouraged to start accounts. Staff, including myself, we have accounts there. And when the students aren't making transactions, they're learning about the various aspects of banking. So students would like to know, what is a day like at AITE? So a typical day at AITE pre-COVID, we have what's called an alternate day A-B block schedule. So what that means is on every day, students will take 4 classes that are 88-minute periods. And then on the next day, they would have 4 different classes, which means that over a 2-day period, they would have 8 classes. So if those are full year classes, or even if we have 2 semester classes, students will be taking 8 classes, 8 credits a year. And students do not have study halls. There are some exceptions for free periods for our seniors, but theoretically, students can earn at least 32 credits by the time they graduate, which really considerably exceeds the state's minimum requirement of 25 credits. Students also receive a 29-minute lunch period every day. The classwork is student-centered with technology integrated into just about every content area. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a very safe and secure school environment. We have many clubs and activities. What I'm proud of is that the majority of clubs and activities are student-generated, which means that students have proposed the idea to me, and we've been able to find adult staff advisors, and many of these clubs have existed for several years now. We also have some of the traditional clubs and activities that exist in other schools. For example, we have our own chapter of MILK, which stands for the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council, which is a school student advocacy group that focuses on a lot of important social justice and other issues. We have a student government. We have a Future Business Leaders of America Club, or FBLA. We have a National Honor Society, as well as honor societies in different content areas. Pre-pandemic, our students had wonderful opportunities to travel abroad in the summer through a program called CIEE, which is the Global Navigator High School Study Abroad program, which we hope to continue once we are able to. Some teachers even plan trips during school breaks for students to attend where they traveled abroad. Although AITE does not have its own athletic program, the great thing is that students are able to try out and participate for the athletic teams that are in the district school that they would have attended if they weren't a student at AITE. So if your district high school is West Hill or Stanford High, those are the teams you would try out for. And as you can see from the pictures here, we even have several students who live in other communities other than Stanford that also participate in sports. Go Senators and Bears, which are Norwalk teams. Our student in the other picture, the All-American diver, was a Stanford student and participated all 4 years. As you know, student athletes have to balance the rigor of academics with the rigor of practices. So, but they also have to maintain a certain grade point average in order to play. So that is a decision that your family will make, knowing your child best. But we have many, many athletes. Of course, it's a lot easier if your child when your child has his or her license, and if they're fortunate to have a car on campus, they can just drive directly to practices and games. But we even though students don't have cars or they're too young to drive, we have lots of students whose parents may carpool or other ways for students to get to practices and games. Here are just a few pictures that show you some of the different things that happen at AITE. We have a holiday concert with our school chorus and chamber singers. Used to take place annually in the Stanford Town Center. We have our Project Lead the Way pre-engineering students being celebrated at their annual hard hat ceremony. We have students working in a lab in their forensics course, which is a very popular course at AITE, very hands-on, think CSI, and very, very popular course. Students winning different awards for various from various organizations. The picture in the top middle is our annual award ceremony for students who receive honors or high honors for 4 consecutive marking periods. As you can see, we could barely fit all of the students in the picture. So a lot of fun things. There's a lot of spirit at AITE. There's a trip in the bottom middle picture to Spain that our students went on one year. There's a picture in the bottom corner of our band class. So again, although we don't have an athletic program, our chorus students and our band have opportunities to perform for different audiences, parents, community events. Our chorus has gone to nursing homes in the past, so lots of different opportunities to perform. These pictures are from this year. I mean, this year obviously is like no other, but what it shows is that our students and staff have been doing a great job adhering to all the social distancing guidelines this year, and really are making it so that we're able to have this in-person experience this year, which we so missed last year when we had to go to full remote learning. So we're looking forward to a time where you won't see all of these things and we're back at full capacity. The application for AITE is due this year no later than January 15th, and that should say 2021. I encourage you to apply well before that. There's no reason to wait until the last second. Even if you decide at a later time that this is not the best fit for your child, you do not have to accept the spot if you receive one. To find the link to the online application, you would go to the homepage of our website, aitestanford.org, and look for the admissions tab and click on the words "Learn more about AITE admissions." It takes a minute to complete. Yes, if you have a child who is going to still be at AITE next year, so if your child's going to be a sophomore, a junior, or a senior next year, you still must apply for your child's sibling. Or what will happen is we will find out about it later and your child will have to wait until a vacancy becomes available. So please make sure that you apply, even though your child will be guaranteed a spot. If your child has a different last name, please let us know that he or she does have a sibling that lives in the same household, so that your child's seat is ensured. All completed applications that meet the deadline will be entered into the lottery, which will be held on February 1st, 2021 this year. Students who are not selected in the lottery will be placed on a waiting list. A little bit about the lottery. So we have Anywhere from 25 to 30% of our students are from out of district, and then the remaining percentage of students are from Stanford. And so there are essentially, think, 4 separate lotteries. And why I say 4 is because even though you have Stanford and out of district students, then, and this is consistent with how all of the lotteries are conducted in Stanford, there are other categories. So the categories, which are based on whether or not your child is eligible for free or reduced lunch, are advantage and disadvantage. Your child's considered disadvantaged if he or she is eligible for free or reduced lunch. And the reason that these distinctions are made is so that the student population reflects the diversity of the Stanford community and the other schools in Stanford. So if you're on the waiting list, for example, if you're number 1 on the Stanford Advantage waiting list, in order for you to move into that number 1 spot, we have to lose a student, or a student would have to not accept who's from Stanford and also considered Advantage. So essentially there are 4 waiting lists. There's a Stanford Advantage waiting list, there's a Stanford Disadvantage waiting list, there's an out-of-district Advantage waiting list, and there's an out-of-district Disadvantage waiting list. And depending on where you are in that waiting list and what category your child falls into, that's how you'll be called off of the waiting list. And students are called off of the waiting list throughout the summer, even as the school year starts, you're contacted. So if you don't get in right away, don't give up hope. Our motto is empowering our students to shape the future. And that's the front of our building. And you can learn more about us by checking out the homepage of our school's website, clicking on that link to the video, putting that in your browser, looking at our program of studies. Everything is right there on the homepage. And the website is aitestanford.org. I wish you all the best of luck if this is the school that you decide might be a good fit for your child. And I look forward to meeting you if your child is accepted. Thank you.